We are so back. For whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass. Paul J. Meyer. Hi, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. It's Duchess, and I teach you how to love yourself while also learning how to love myself. I have notes, so let's get into it. Are you a person that makes really big to-do lists, long to-do lists, and you know you have really big dreams, but yet you still sometimes feel like it's going to be a long time before you actually achieve any of those goals? How do you make the gap smaller? How do all of these millionaires and billionaires and social media influencers make that gap smaller? How do you become the person you desperately want to be? Now, this is going to be a short but relatively sweet video because it all boils down to one thing, one word, and that is decision. You have to decide that you are going to be, or that you are, the person of your dreams, the person that you see as your higher self, the person that you want to live life as. And so you make moves and you make decisions and you place yourself in places that's going to take you closer to that person. When you're deciding to become the person that you want to be, you need to get really specific. This is important because the more specific you are, the better. These specifics of what we're gonna call your life's objectives. Once you can answer each one of these 5 questions, you are one step closer to being who you want to be. What do I want to be? What do I want to do? What do I want to have? What do I want to improve? What do I want to change? These are going to become precise commands that you give to your brain to trick yourself into being the person that you inevitably become. Now, after you clarify that vision and that strategy, your next bet is to find people that embody or are living the life that you want to live. And I want you to pretend that you are an ancient scholar, you are back in university, you're back in school, and literally study the way these persons move through life, the way they handle situations. It's like you're essentially their PR, right? You're studying their lives and how to improve it. You're studying their style, their hairstyle. It helps to find not only someone that living the life or doing the thing that you want to do, but if phenotypically they also look a bit like you, that helps as well. I want to look at how it is they achieved their path to success, as well as the things that came upon the way that would be considered as failure. This is important because you need to be ultra realistic about your capacity and the things that can end up happening along the way. If you want to be a model and you look at people like, let's say, Bella Hadid, or you look at Naomi Campbell, you need to be honest with yourself and look at the journey and look at the things that these persons had to do to be accepted by the industry, and the amount of jobs that they had to book, and how hardworking they had to be in the very beginning before they were able to pick and choose the jobs that they do. And you need to be honest with yourself and figure out if you are willing to go as far as they. If you want to be a musical artist, a performer, a singer, and you look at people like Beyonce, you want to be like Rihanna or something to that extent, you need to be clear about the things that can happen that can discourage you, the things that come as a result of fame, the things that come as a result of people being able to perceive you, being able to see parts of your life that you would much rather have kept secret, but because you're now this big and famous star that is so well at their craft, people have their eyes on you, you need to be honest about the things that you can handle. And I would honestly say this about any job at all, whether you want to be something an admin, you want to be an engineer, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a nurse, a doctor, you need to look at both the success and the failure. You need to look at both sides of that coin and understand that at some point you're going to be on either side of that coin if this is the path that you decide that you want to go down. Therefore, when things are inevitably thrown at you, because there will be things that are thrown at you, you will not immediately feel so discouraged. You need to begin schooling yourself. Read books, journal, do courses, listen to podcasts, attend events, network, talk to people. That way you can develop a new set of skills that will help you walk down the path that you want to take. Please note, there is no such thing as a life in the fast lane. There is no such thing as an overnight success. There is no such thing as an overnight millionaire. Whatever you do, remember to allow things to come to you naturally. And if nature has taught us anything, is that sometimes the best things take really, really long to grow and arrive. Look at world's biggest tree. When you first plant a seed and you look for it to become a tree, you don't plant this root and then go to sleep and then wake up the next day and run out to your backyard or wherever and expect to see a tree. This is not Jack and the Beanstalk. It's not going to grow overnight into this tall thing up into the heavens. It takes days. It takes weeks, months, years. Sometimes it takes generations. Some trees don't reach their full potential until after 100, 200 years. Now, granted, we are in the age of technology, so your success and growth is not going to take 100 years to reach. You're not going to go through the entire lifespan of a tree before you're able to get to that career, before you're able to build that business, before you're able to do whatever it is you want to do. You don't have to wait the entire lifespan of a tree, but you will have to wait. I wish I could tell you the right amount of time that you're going to have to wait, but I really can't. It's different for each person, but know that at some point you will have to wait, and waiting is all a part of the process. Don't try to rush it, because you will find that if you get into a space where you're rushing your success, you're rushing that money to come to you, you're rushing because you want it now, you will find that just as fast as you get it, you will lose it. Because if you're rushing and you're trying to make it come to you as fast as possible, more than likely you will find yourself in a space where you find yourself doing things that you never thought you would have done. You would find yourself being in crowds that you really have no business being around. You would find yourself being around people that you really have no business being around in order to get to this goal. And you'll find that 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years down the line, you are no longer happy with this goal because it felt like it took more out of you to get it, because you were trying to rush it so quickly. It took more out of you to get it than to actually enjoy it. Let it happen naturally. Between who you are now and the finish line, there is a path. There is a track. In order for you at the starting point to get to the finish line, one thing you have to do is move. You can decide how you move. You can run, you can walk, you can crawl, you can roll, you can chip, you can skip. But the objective is to get to the end of the finish line. And in the midst of you trying to get to that finish line, that's where you develop your character. That's where you develop your mindset. That's where you develop your grit, your grind, your aura. That's where your confidence comes from. That's why if it is you get into a space where you are now invited to speak to other people, to teach them how to achieve their dreams and how to make it big in this industry or that industry. What it is you're going to talk to them about did not come from you fast forwarding from the start to finish. What you're going to be able to relate and talk about is what happened in the in-between, or the things you learned, how you felt, and how you were able to get over that feeling or use that feeling in order to push you further down the line. See life as a curve. Growth and healing is not linear. So that means the same way that there will be an up is the same way that there will be a down. It's really not realistic, and it rarely happens where you see someone change or transform in a linear way. It's like a wave in the sea. Just taking it one step at a time leaves you with less pressure. Your present self is a direct reflection of the actions that you took in the past. Therefore, your future or your higher self will be a direct reflection of the decisions that you are currently making now. I know it's a lot easier said than done, and most people give up when things get hard. But you are not like those people. You finish what you start, and you do so gracefully. So, if you made it to the end of this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me which point hit close to home for you in the comments below. See you in my next video. Bye. Love you.